Good morning, everybody. How's it going? I don't want to be alone with them. I don't know what their job is. We're gonna watch them take out the garbage. Oh my gosh, he's wearing a baseball hat. That's weird. You know, if this was like a normal situation, I'd be like, what do you think of the school bus that drives by here every day at 7:50? He didn't get any mail yesterday. Checked the mailbox twice. 0 mail. Well, that can't be such a bad thing. Anyway, a lot of rain yesterday. I got my coffee, just in case you're wondering. And the street's not looking so good. I know they've redone a lot of streets. Not this one, which again I'm glad about, but I don't know why it's doing so bad. It's kind of eroding going on. But anyway, it looks really cool and it was raining. It's starting to rain right now. Not the sauce paint though. The sauce paint's doing okay. It's really bad right in that corner. Some like little drain or whatever is like raised above the cement. And at the corner at the end of the street, they fixed it. Took less than a day. All of a sudden it's all messed up again. And then guess what happened after they fixed it? That took less than a day. They put in speed bumps. Which didn't take less than a day. If I remember correctly. Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you. Anyway, wearing my Easter shirt. Tracy's off today, so me and my mom and her are gonna do something after they get back from the store. I was gonna go running, but Banjo, easy. I'm not feeling too motivated. Which happens. A great day to go to the zoo. Oh, I think it's supposed to rain again though today, so it's not. It's like 50 degrees outside. No trees were cut with this house. Banjo! Oh, 1 second. I always get anxiety when he's over there. She's gonna pop out and take her kid to school. What that kid looks like varies from day to day. Banjo! Where'd he go? Oh. But yeah. The pool night house right here. No trees were cut down. The Honda CRV at the start of my walk was in front of that house. It's a white SUV, But the white Honda CRV is right in front of it. A lot of car payments. Other than that person, it's been a very chill walk. I wonder what that's about. This back alley street's always been like this. It looks like different cement. I always wonder that because the city's doing all this infrastructure, like literally all over the city. I want to be like, how come there's infrastructure work everywhere I go? But it's literally all over the city. And downtown for like last fiesta, before last fiesta. And it's literally like the same street. That's what I hate about the situation. So I thought construction jobs, they're not on salaries, they get paid by like the job. So usually they try to go fast. Like the longer it takes to build something, work on something, the more expensive it is for everybody, all parties involved. So of course that's suspicious. But anyway, cement, I wonder what kinds there are. There was an old cement building. I don't think it's in use anymore. When I used to go to that yoga on Sundays at Confluence Park. Things are messing around over there. Wish nobody knew who I was. I'd go on my social media and be like, I'm at yoga. And nobody said hello yet. And then someone would walk up to me, hi, what's your name? Can I get your email? Okay. What timing? But the one thing that I liked about that yoga class, which I will say one thing that I liked, even though are they gonna do that with me? But anyway, the one thing I did like about that yoga class was they gave you these little like circle, I don't know, tokens. One side was green, one side was red. The green side was like, oh, the instructor can feel free to make adjustments when throughout the yoga practice. The other side was red, was no go. Do not touch me or make any sort of adjustments while we're having this yoga practice. That's the one thing I will say I liked about that. But anyway, I go into that, it gets depressing. I don't like to go into that too much. Like, man, my own city, which, I completely understand it's a really effed up situation. I'd be a little intimidated. I think my decision would be like, I'm gonna wait until you're with your husband. And then if I see her around town, I'll totally say, hey, what's going on? But I think it's really weird and stupid what's going on. The only psychology in that is, like, you really gonna pretend you don't know who I am while you're all up in my space? You're reacting. It's really weird because you're reacting to things that I'm saying on my social media and like when I'm recording. That part's really weird. But here we are. Campaign finance. I don't know, and I guess their strategy is gonna do stupid stuff a lot and for a long time, that makes their stupid stuff not stupid. Why do they do that? Guess what? This got installed, I think in 2021, I can't remember. Maybe in 2022. I think 2021. Just this part of the fence. They had to like put it in there. And yesterday, this door just opened. Me and Banjo were out here, out in the backyard. I like this area. I feel so lucky. Where'd my puppy go? Oh my god. I feel so lucky to at least have a, like, you know, a backyard space. It's so peaceful out. It's nothing like the Ethan Allen house that had that whole green belt out there, and the house was built in such a way where you had a lot of privacy. But anyway, I always just kind of trail off in these videos. Guess what? They sell these cups, these exact ones. I can't remember where I got this one, but they sell these exact cups at El Mercado or Market Square downtown. I walked into the shop and I saw tons of them, and I think they have them in black and white too. Cool. Anyway, 11 minutes. I don't even have a time limit on my video right now. My nails. I bit my nails. I don't know why. I thought I broke that habit from biting my nails. Where are you going, Benjo? Let's go. You want to say good morning to Benjo? He's so cute, Benjo. What's going on? You ready for a treat? You ready for a dinner stick? Let's get a dinner stick. Let's go. He wants to hang out on the fence. Okay, I'm feeling a little chatty this morning, so I'm gonna put him on the fence. 1 second. He's on the fence. Anyway. Tracy showed me that there's like a Comic-Con or something like that. And this one actress who plays, is like in a superhero movie, is charging. I can't remember if it's in San Antonio or not, but I think that's why she showed me, one of the reasons. But anyway, this one actress is charging $230 or something like that for a picture. Who? I mean, yeah. It's like, first of all, I don't know you. You're in a superhero movie. You know how many people are in superhero movies? They've been making superhero movies since I don't know when. $230. You know gas is $3 right now in Texas, right? Which again, people want to be like, oh, it's really bad for the environment. And I said, you know, maybe we can have a serious discussion about that if I didn't see what they're doing to the environment. The same people, not everybody, of course. I would love to have a conversation, but people around me and what I see is the same people that are like, oh, she's with oil now, or not like that, but like just be like really promote green energy and stuff like that. Where are we gonna put these batteries? I know oil has good storage, long storage. You can store oil that has really good energy for a long time. I don't know if that's the same with battery and wind, and under what conditions like they work best in and stuff like that. But anyway, the same people that I see that are like, oh my gosh, climate change and we need to protect the environment, are the same people cutting down trees. The same people wasting so much money. How does it help climate change when there's literally construction infrastructure work all over a city? And it's not just any city. San Antonio is like one of the most top 10 populated cities in America. And even more so because it's been like a mass migration. But anyway, that's what I get about that. I said oil, Texas has oil. It gives really good jobs. It doesn't matter what your job is in oil, you get paid good money. So, and I do think it's a good source of energy. It's storable. It can last a long time. You know, stuff like that. You want to talk about protecting the environment, you know, maybe let's have a discussion on. And is it those same people that are like, let's attack the oil rigs? Oh, this oil refinery blew up. You know what I mean? It's a whole new world. You know, you think people are just good and stuff, and I think for the most part people are, but it's a whole new world out there when you're like, oh my gosh, this evil actually exists. I hate that they're like my background. I have it's on the fence here. I'll do that. How about that? Anyway. And plus, I mean, let's talk about that. I mean, California has curfew. I know they have a history of being like power outages and stuff. So California is known for being Democrat, right? For the most part. So why are people attacking, you know, that? And I don't know, I think especially now, you can't really say the barriers or the lines between Democrat and Republican, Libertarian, are not once what they used to be, you know? And I think that, how was I going with that? I lost my train of thought. It's warming up here. I don't think it's 52 degrees anymore. But anyway, I think it's worth a discussion, and, you know, also worth in the discussion is looking at groups like, are like, hey, we need to help people, we need to protect the environment. They get attacked. I mean, I don't think Texas has had a history of losing power. It was not fun. Below freezing weather, Banjo wore 2 sweaters and had to be wrapped up in 2 blankets. I was so worried about him. Look how little he is. So, oh my gosh, I don't want my dog to freeze to death. You know, you want to talk about climate change. Let's talk about how to shelter animals and people when it gets really cold out. But anyway, I think it's interesting, might be an interesting discussion to be like, what is the history of like stuff happening to certain groups? And then now I'm talking about how the lines are like blurred when it comes to you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, you're a Libertarian. I think it's also worth a discussion of planned opposition. So really, you're only gonna get in a fight with somebody on C-SPAN testimony with somebody who's actually on your team. You're actually not against each other, you're actually working with each other. And I think that's funny because it's like, Let me Jones stop. I think it's funny to see, like, oh really? You got so and so? Y'all, they're all on the same team. This says Democrat Republican. Doesn't mean much now, right? They're all on the same team. But this person's, exposing this person. Let's go, banjo. And making them look bad in front of everybody. Oh, what happened in the hierarchy there? Things must not be going well. They're turning against each other. It's like this fence. Oh, ridiculous. You ready, Benjamin? Anyway. And of course, I also support, they say it's an electric car. I mean, there's a battery in there. Let's go, Benjamin. There's a battery in, like, all cars. That's what I used to tell my mom. Like, isn't every car hybrid then? What you doing, Benjamin? It's all dark. 1 second. But also, of course, I support oil because I think it's a good source of energy. The biggest product in the world, right? What else? And also because, of course, it's going to help the state of Texas, right? And I gotta tell you what, I thought it was really. I'm gonna give you your treat. 1 second. Anyway, I go back to his treat. He didn't want it right now. Anyway, I thought it was really telling. Like, what's going on? I mean, Nikki Haley, she's campaigning, getting a lot of money. And what is she campaigning on? Border and China's the enemy and Russia's the enemy, which I disagree with. It makes me frustrated and upset about what's going on with all that. Not to mention, I think it's a bit racist. But anyway, communist China. Of course, I mean, there's always bad players and stuff like that, but the Biden border crisis. Is that what's happening? You couldn't do anything about that when you're in the UN. But anyway, I always think it's weird how a lot of people say like, oh, communist China, communist China. Why would they go with Tesla? That seems like the least communist thing to do. I mean, I am not a communist scholar by any means. I'm not really sure what that is, other than somebody drove through the back alley just now. Other than it's more like, I don't know, social programs. And then I think like, well, don't they have a high tax rate in Europe? Like, you make a certain amount of salary and you get like 40% taken for taxes or something. So, but anyway, it doesn't seem extremely communist for there to be a whole bunch of Teslas. So what's going on there? And then they want to say, oh, it's China through Mexico. Well, I know Teslas take lithium. Pretty sure I did a YouTube video about it. So those are weird factoids. Anybody can connect those dots. And why are you going to Texas? I mean, when you think of Texas, you don't think of electric cars. What's going on there? I really don't like Elon. I think he's stupid. Twitter, you're gonna buy Twitter? You have a space company, an electric car company, and you're gonna buy Twitter? Yeah, that math don't add up. Doesn't seem right. My spidey senses is going off. Like, so something's going on there. That didn't make sense. Anyway, what else there to talk about? Yeah, I don't think... I'm not pro-Ukraine. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I think they're a country in 2014. Is that right? I posted on Twitter. And I try to go through my tweet and it only uploads so far, you know? But anyway. I'm not pro-Ukraine. You're never gonna see like a Ukraine flag for me. It doesn't make any sense to me. You know? But anyway. Talk about economy. I think our economies, the U.S. and China's economies are pretty codependent, but not like in like a bad way. Maybe there's a globalist perspective in there, and which of course is not good. We don't want, but we live in this world together. Since when is it people on the other side of the world? It's either them or us, you know? Something that I've learned especially these past 2-3 years is it really benefits when you have good people around you. In the sense, I mean, smart, creative, you know, problem solvers. You want those people around you. You don't want to be like all in your ego and be like, well, I want to be the best person in the room. If something benefits them, it's against me. If something benefits me, it's against them. You know, it doesn't have to be that way. I think that's a cycle of making you stupid, to be quite honest. And we're seeing it. At least I see it on my Twitter feed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's what's happening. You didn't stop and think about that? What's going on? You know, stop and think about that. But anyway, some places in the world have certain natural resources or strengths which maybe the whole world can benefit from. So, feels nice on here. And again, we're in the age of nuclear weapons. I mean, gun violence is traumatic enough. Banjo is so cute. He's just sitting here while listening to me. Gun violence is traumatic enough. And so nuclear bombs and stuff like that, or any kind of bomb really, is, I would bet, more traumatic than that. But anyway, I'm not even getting an alert on my video. I have plenty of video space right now. 30 minutes. What else? Oh, and also they say, and then just to add to what I just said, they say, oh, the Ukrainian people are fighting for freedom. Really? Because aside from the people who are like paid to be around me and paid not to know me, or whatever situation is at. I think other than that, everybody's fighting for their freedom. You know, a regular person that has a family trying to support themselves or better themselves through education or any other kind of means, you know. I think you can learn a lot from any places, but I think it's good to get an education as much as you can, you know. And the internet's really good about that. But anyway, they're fighting for freedom. And I think the good angels of maybe the Democrat, what used to be a stereotype of the Democrat Party and progressives, is, you know, they're fighting for everybody's freedom too. And the good angels in the Republican Party, I think, is fighting for everybody's freedom too, but in a more kind of defensive kind of manner. Anyway, what else? My videos always get political. It's either like human trafficking or politics. That's how it is right now. But anyway, I'm happy to spend some time with my mom and my sister Tracy. She's a really good worker. She's a really good photographer too. Oh, Tracy, make me look skinny when you take my picture. You get $1,000. Just kidding. But anyway, I weigh more than 230. Just kidding. But yeah, I'm really excited to spend some time with him today. That's another thing about the situation. She has to go off to work, which again, knew that was gonna happen. Oh, and then we're forced to live in this situation where she has to go off to work to get money at Michael's. Anyway, aye, Captain. I put those little snarky remarks in there sometimes. I don't know, are they snarky? Are they more funny than snarky? I think they're more funny than snarky, but I don't know if there's gonna be some people that are like, I can't believe she said that. Really? What can you believe? Anyway, excited to spend some time with them. It's kind of a bummer that, you know, she has to go to work and we're not hanging out all the time. Our relationship, we've always had, you know, when you're family, like, you really have those values. You know, it's always going to be family. But our relationship as sister and sister has really grown and developed. And again, another thing I'm so thankful for. That goes for both my sisters, but I see Tracy a lot more, and that's fine. I mean, for now. But that goes for both my sisters. I love both my sisters. Anyway. My mom's room's over there. But don't you be thinking about my mom's room. Anyway. What else? Well, you know, I've been sober. I don't like to be all like, that's part of every conversation. But I'll mention that, like, since 2021 drinking, since last February with marijuana, but I've gone this far. I'm gonna wait and be with my husband, because then what's the situation gonna be? Oh, you get the marijuana and then and police knock on your door, which never used to happen. Again, I think it should be legal. Can y'all make a marijuana bill and call it Michelle's marijuana bill or something like that? I think that would be cool. But anyway, I've been without the use of any kind of, I don't know what you call it. I don't want to really call it drugs, but I mean, I guess so. And I think it's cool. I mean, it's a phase in my life. I don't plan to start drinking again. So, I'm good with coffee and tea and all that. I really like Topo Chico. It's really great. One second. But you know, I really wanted, in 2021, I really wanted to talk with people who happened to have followed me. I drank like every day, you know, and I had followers. Like, I know how that's like, you know, you follow somebody on YouTube or wherever, and, you know, they're like a part of your life in some way, you know. And so I thought about, like, everybody who might have been like me, where you didn't really have, like, immediate friends, and I really wanted to talk specifically about that and to them and stuff like that, and be like, you know, even though my environment hasn't changed, I think a change in environment is an important element if that's a process you want to go through. I mean, psychologically, it can be a mental environment, right? Anyway, that was a part of the reason I was really upset in 2021. And you know, there's little stuff that happens even now that's like, oh, you have the card, now you have a card, are you gonna buy a six-pack, and all like that. So really, it's kind of gross that that's something that I feel like is happening, you know. But what isn't gross about this situation, other than my real family, my real friends, and my real husband? Anyway, you know, everything, when you have healthy people in your life and they know what's good and they know what's bad, and they want good things for you and they want to keep the bad things away from you, and they care enough to do that, it's just like the most amazing feeling. You know, when I was drinking every day and everybody could just tune in, I wasn't really in that headspace. And then now I am. And I think it's really great. And so I think that's always going to be something that is going to be a focus of mine. Just to be like, how can we get people together? You know, and I'm not going to really be like, oh, without drinking. I mean,